The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
Hello, everyone. It's the week of December 3rd, 2018. My name is Taylor Cooper, and this might be news to you. Everybody check us out on mbnnetwork.com. That's where you can find everything that you need to know. We're working on the site. We're going to make it better to tell you all about all the other links that you can find all the shows on. We're on Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes. I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. Anyway, Kev's not here right now. Danny's not here right now. Jackie's here right now. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
So check it out. I don't know how it happened, but we recorded a whole episode the other day, and only half of it works. So, and it's the second half.
Yeah. So we're redoing the first half of the show.
Yeah.
To the best of our ability.
Yeah. We're just going to make it short and sweet. I don't know what happened. We go back to edit the episode, and it's mute in the beginning. And it wasn't mute when we did it. I don't need to explain this anymore because I don't understand it. You won't understand it. Shit happens. We made it over 100 episodes without something like that happening.
This is true.
I think we're okay.
It was bound to happen, and we're going to make up for it as best as we can.
It is what it is. So Danny's just going to save the good news stories that he had this week for next week. Kev wasn't here anyway, so we didn't even have it this week in history.
Right.
We did have a special guest, Katie, our friend, was on. So you'll hear her in the second half. We're going to play the second half like nothing ever happened, but so this is just us. Basically,
if it seems awkward, we've now told you why.
Yeah. If we just like pick up in the middle of nothing, that would explain it. I mean, it's just basically after the commercial break. So
yeah,
it's from there on. You get a whole new what's the point, late review, all that jazz. So
yeah,
it was a fun episode, and we had some good stuff to talk about. I'm gonna go over some of that stuff in a second. But one good news story that I shared during the episode that is gone now is that we had the biggest month in the history of the Might Be News Network, whatever, in November. And I just want to thank everybody that's out there listening, whether you're a fan of the Novak and Franz show and that brought you to other shows and you're checking everything out. That's what we want. That's what we're glad to see happening. But if wherever you are, if you're a part of this, thank you so much. We season 1 of Might Be News started last year sometime, and we were lucky to get 20 plays a week.
That was more than last year. That was a couple years.
It was in 2016?
Well, you figure, because you were maybe. It was since we were living here, so it had to.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Week 1, season 1, episode 1, because I actually went back and I wanted to know where it started.
Okay.
It was January 31st, 2017. It was approximately 1 week into the Trump presidency.
Okay.
Because that was like literally the first line of the entire show was, we're 1 week into it, blah, blah, blah. So, so that's when we started, and we weren't doing shit. Like, it was miserable. Yeah. Me and Kev, co-host Kev, just, we started out, we were enjoying it, but we felt like it just wasn't working. It wasn't good. And we went from that to getting 4,500 plays last month.
Yeah. You guys have been at it for a while. And these things don't happen overnight. So you guys took it very hard for the longest time, and I know Amy's with me on that. Just hearing you guys like being so down on yourselves, but you have an idea, you're onto something, and you've grown it. So here we are. You have a network now doing 6 shows.
Yeah, 5, 6 shows.
Yeah. So
it's pretty nuts. Yeah. And this week, there will be a new Let's Talk About It on Friday. Speaking of 6 shows.
Yeah.
Had a sit down with a very cool band called the Manipulators. I'm going to play some of their music. I'm going to talk to these guys about what they do. It's going to be very interesting. So stay tuned for that at the end of the week. But back to the growth and everything. Thank you, Jackie, for allowing us to use the dining room table basically every day of the week. And
Yes.
the network has taken over our dining room.
When we go on break, we're going to put this away so we can actually have a table.
Yes. We for the holiday break. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. For the holiday break, this will be a table again for sure. For a couple
It might
weeks.
be nice to like entertain people and actually be able to sit and have dinner here or something.
Put drinks down over here.
Yes, and not worry about spilling it on
Yeah.
something important. That's kind of a big one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been a huge task. But we've had a lot of fun these 15 weeks so far. This is week 15.
Oh wow.
And it's been wonderful. The greatest part about it though is, and I'm not talking numbers to gloat, I'm literally talking about it just to thank everyone out there that's part of it. It's a huge deal for us. I'm overwhelmed by it, but at the same time, it's double this past month of what it was last month, and I hope it continues to do that because I think we have something really great going on here, minus this one technical difficulty.
What a way to start December.
So, but anyway, like I said, we're going to save the good news stories that Danny did for next week. One thing I wanted to talk about was George H.W. Bush, who just died over the weekend. Now, a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about him, his policies, his presidencies, his everything that he's done. But I'm just going to talk about some pinpoint parts of his life. He was born June 12th, 1924. He enlisted in the Navy as a pilot in June 12th, 1942. He was elected to Congress November 8th, 1966, and he served 2 terms in Texas. He became the ambassador to the United Nations December 11th, 1970. Nixon put him there. Became the director of the CIA in 1976. He did that for a year. 1980, he became Ronald Reagan's vice president and reelected. And in 1988, he was elected president.
And he served 1 term, correct? As
One
president?
term, yeah. Bill Clinton beat him 4 years later.
Right.
But in 1991, Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, threatening oil fields. With Allied forces, Bush sends U.S. troops to Iraq in Operation Desert Storm. And on March 3rd, a ceasefire was declared in the Persian Gulf War. In 1997, he had a presidential library dedicated to him or from him in the White House. And obviously in 2001, his son, George W. Bush, became president. Let's see. He celebrated his 90th birthday in June 2014 by making a tandem parachute jump near his summer home in Maine.
Which is crazy. At 90.
Yeah. So
I don't even think I would want to do that at 34.
it's crazy. So, like I said, I mean, whatever your opinion of him is politically, we've been trying to leave that out mostly here. I'm not the biggest Bush or Bush Jr. fan myself, but rest in peace, George H.W. Bush. I'm sure he did some good for the country, for the world. Whatever. I don't know. I was 10, 12 years old when he was president. So
No, you weren't.
no, I was. How old was I? When did he become president? 91.
No, didn't you? No, that's when Clinton took over. I thought.
Oh, yeah.
88, you were a baby.
He was I was 3 years old when George W. Bush,
George
H.W. Bush.
H.W. Yeah.
was 3 years old.
Yeah, but now they have a lot of those cartoons depicting him joining his wife now in heaven, who just died earlier this year on April 17th.
Yep, and their daughter
and their
that died.
daughter Robin that died when she was 3 from leukemia.
Leukemia. Yep.
So it's kind of touching
kids.
when you see those. It's kind of hard. You get a little choked up when you see stuff like that.
Yeah,
So.
I meant to say one of them I skipped over. January 6, 1945, he married Barbara Pierce. They had 6 children, and one of them died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Robin. So rest in peace to George Bush, and also rest in peace to the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants, Steven Hillenburg, which
Complications from
ALS. Yep. Which he was diagnosed with a year ago.
Very young, 57.
57, and he was diagnosed with ALS a year ago.
Which is just heartbreaking.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, SpongeBob SquarePants, we were talking about it when we recorded this before, and it was a great little segment because people, a lot of people have memories of SpongeBob, and Danny's kids loves them, and I'm sure Kev's kids do too. And
I watched SpongeBob. Like, I was an adult, but some of that humor is not really geared towards kids. We can all admit that.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. And also, it was just just off the wall.
Yeah.
Like he's a fucking sponge that lives under the sea.
His best friend.
And a pineapple.
Yeah. and his best friend's a starfish.
Right. Some stoner, starfish guy. And his neighbor is a Squidward.
Yeah.
And his fucking cat is a snail.
Named Gary. Who meows.
Yeah. It's a trip. It's a great show, and rest in peace to him. Strong legacy with that guy, It's pretty nuts.
We did joke about like growing up, like you thought you'd always be like SpongeBob and all this excitement and childlike wonder, and I'm an adult now and I am Squidward.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked about that. And
yep.
That's probably what Kev is. And
yeah, Kev definitely is a Squidward. Yeah, mixed with Patrick.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
The last thing that I wanted to talk about is the InSight mission on Mars. This past week, NASA landed a rover on the planet Mars, and its primary function is to measure seismic activity, Mars quakes, and do its best to map the inside of Mars, or at least underground.
Right.
Because they're trying to find out if there's anything underground that's going on. Or they also want to know how Mars was formed.
Right.
And
like what's the core.
Right. They'll be able to figure that out once this thing kind of learns a little bit more. And it was really cool because they shared the video, the video from the rover on Mars on Facebook, and you saw it everywhere. And not for 1 second did I feel like I take it for granted. Like I looked at it not just as some other Facebook video. I looked at it with just that's another planet.
Yeah.
I think it's on another planet.
Wild to think about.
It's wild to think of. It's like, because I can't imagine a vast area with nobody on it or nothing on it. Like there's no trees on Mars. There's nothing there. There's no animals.
Right.
Not that they've seen, obviously, right? And so like just nothing. A whole planet of nothing. And this thing is just there.
There has to be something else out there. The outer space is way too big for us to be the only planet with living creatures and beings on it.
Yeah, for sure. I think, well, there's possible, they think that there's water underneath the ice caps of Mars, which means that there could be life there of some kind. And what if it's underground? Terrifying.
Yeah. There's a lot of things about outer space that creep me out.
Oh, it's terrifying. Like, what if we do find aliens and they're just like totally not what we expect at all? Just brain sucking.
Right. Oh, and I made the joke that we just need to go find Matt Damon because he's been on Mars. He grew potatoes.
Yeah, he lived there for mad long. Martian's a good movie. Go check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Those are the three big stories that we talked about on the show. I'm not going to go all back into detail because, quite frankly, I don't give a shit. You know, we did the show. It didn't work.
Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, that's basically it. We're just kind of skipping through it just to let you know that we actually attempted to make a full show this week.
We'll do better next time.
We'll do better next time. And for real though, we have a strong second half of the show.
Yeah.
So it's all good. I mean, again, check out all the great shows on the network. Katie, our friend Katie's on this show. She'll be on Relatable Radio tomorrow as well. Then we have an all new Might Be Sports. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff there. And new Novak and Franz this week. And it's a full week with Let's Talk About It on Friday.
Yeah.
So get pumped up. Shit's dope. Today is just a little shorter than usual. And if you're mad about it,
get over it. We can't change it.
Eat a dick. All right. So we'll be right back after this message. Jackie, thank you for helping me clean up this mess.
That's what I'm here for, doing my wifely duties.
Yeah. All right, guys. And again, thank you for understanding with all the technical difficulty shit. I'm literally at the mercy of a computer that I know how to do some things on. Some things I don't. And I don't know what happened or whatever, but it shouldn't happen again. I'm just going to be more careful.
Yeah.
That's all. So here we go with the break, and we'll be right back after this. Everybody needs to check out Relatable Radio on the Might Be News Network every Tuesday. Just like every other show, it's available everywhere. This week, Katie's going to be on Relatable Radio as well. Isn't that right?
I am.
Yeah. Jackie, as always, is going to be on Relatable Radio.
Always.
So get at us. We're going to be talking about Christmas. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. So check us out tomorrow. Welcome back to Might Be News. With me, Jackie.
What's up?
Co-host Danny.
Hello.
Special guest Katie.
Hey,
So, like I was saying earlier in the show during the good news segment, I just want to thank everybody again for listening. Hopefully you guys are listening to us on all kinds of different platforms. I've been kind of messing with some of them. Everything I have is Apple, so I can't really look at the Google stuff.
Right.
But people apparently have been listening to us on Google.
If you're listening, tell your friends.
Tell your friends, and
Spread the word.
especially now that it's not just on SoundCloud, not just on iTunes. Stitcher's very cool. Spotify is very awesome. I've been enjoying using Spotify now that we're on there. It's very cool stuff. So thank you for listening. People from all over the place have been checking us out, and it really means a lot. Novak and Franz have been a big deal on our network. They're getting a lot of attention, and it's a ton of fun. We've been having a lot of fun all over the place. So if you're listening, thank you for having fun with us. Go back and listen to these fucking guys get their legs waxed last season. It's fucking hysterical. And also, just a reminder, we're going to be taking a holiday break. All the shows are going to have a couple weeks off in between Christmas and New Year's.
Because family's important.
Yeah. We might be doing something. We might be traveling or doing something. We're not sure.
We haven't planned anything yet, but we're talking about it.
We're talking about it. It's in the works.
Yeah.
So, here we go with What's the Point?
What's the point? Is there a point to this? What is your point?
Are you just going to sit there and look stupid?
All right, Danny, what's your point this week?
All right. Have you guys seen the show Storage Wars?
Yes.
You guys have?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Dan Dotson, he's the auctioneer for Storage Wars. Well, it turns out that he auctioned off a storage unit in Southern California with a lot of money inside. So apparently these people bought this unit for $500 or $600. I think it was $500, and they found a safe inside. When they cracked the safe open, $7.5 million
Oh
in
my
cash.
7.5 mil.
$7.5 million in cash.
Cash.
Yeah,
Straight
what-
cash money.
Stacks upon stacks upon stacks.
Sure, you could
God.
do with that
Who
money.
does that? Who leaves that?
Who's that rich
Heisenberg.
that has that in cash? First off,
Heisenberg. He's out there.
Oh.
No, but so the way these auctions go, once you buy that unit is yours. Everything inside is legally yours. Except if it's for like a gun or something like that, then it has to be turned over to the police. But so these people, that $7.5 million was theirs.
Yeah.
So this
I'm
lady,
rich, bitch.
this lady that's related to the people that found this saw this Dan Dotson at another auction and told him the story. So they started looking into it, and apparently the owner of the storage unit approached them and said, "Hey, we want to buy the unit off of you with the money in it for $600,000." Now they just found 7.5 million, and the owners are offering them 600,000 for the rest of the money back. Taylor, would you take that deal?
No. $600,000 versus $7.5 million.
$7.5 million.
No.
But you can buy it for $7.5 million.
No.
Why would they even offer that?
Well, no. Basically, it would be a finder's fee. Is essentially what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's a joke. You've $7.5 million, and you're not even offering at least $1 million. Like,
Exactly. How Sway?
it's outrageous.
Katie's so baffled right now.
I really am.
Her face is speaking volumes.
I don't understand.
So they find $7.5 million. The actual person that owns that $7.5 million found out and offered them $600,000 if they turned over the rest of the money.
They would have
Slap in
gotten
the
they would have
face.
gotten the 7.5 million, and out of that 7.5, they would have given them 600,000.
Which is still a lot of money.
It's still a lot of money.
So they're still getting millions of dollars.
They're still getting-
but $600,000 less.
Yeah, they would still get $6.9 million.
But why would there had to be a contract that they signed
No.
beforehand. before
They're
paying
giving
for
the money
anything.
back.
No, so out of the 7.5 million,
Yeah.
they were going to be able to keep 600,000.
Right.
Correct.
So the original owners whose storage unit it was, they still would have left with 6.9 million.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But they settled on more than $1 million.
they told them no, absolutely not. They settled for 1.2 million and then returned the rest.
Yeah.
So out of that 7.5, they kept 1.2 and gave the rest back
Right.
To the original.
to the
owner.
original
Original
people.
Original
Yeah.
owners. Yeah.
So
But
they stopped paying on their storage unit, so then it gets auctioned off. So whoever pays the highest amount, that unit is now theirs. Everything inside, no matter what it is their unit.
Let's focus on one thing. So these people have 7.5 mil cash, and they stop paying on a storage unit. How fucking dumb are you?
Well, I mean, if you have these people out there that are that rich, that 7.5 million is probably just chump change where they just threw it in a safe and forgot about it.
then
You know
why
what?
would they even ask for it back? I
Right.
would feel like a dumbass, like, I forgot about this chump change.
But I'm
that
so rich, I don't
Yeah.
need it.
then why would you be like, oh shit, these people found my money. I
Yeah.
should probably get some of that back. That's just, you
Right.
should just be laid out for that. I mean, you were given warning saying, hey, you're not paying this. We're going to auction this off.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it could have been a whole bunch of different things. Like
I'd have been like,
it could have
give
been
me
owned
3
by
mil.
somebody else, and that person passed away, and then in their will, the storage unit went to this person. They didn't know about it. You know, it could have
Okay.
been.
There's there's not a lot of information known about anybody in this situation.
I think something's going to come out of this.
Oh, it's
I mean,
only a
who
matter
just
of
has
time.
7.5 million sitting in a
Yeah.
storage unit.
There's
Yeah.
not a lot because the person
And
who
not in like items, like physical cash. Yeah.
the person who bought it hasn't
Baby
been
deal.
revealed, and the person who owned it hasn't been revealed.
Like I
Just
said,
that
Nobody
in
knows who
Southern
they are.
California.
There's
Yeah.
no privacy. It's 2018. It's only a matter of time before everyone knows who it is.
These
Most
are the
likely.
types of people that I don't understand. I mean, where I work with the wellness plans that we have with, some people sign up for them and they don't bring their dog in. And it's like now years, and their credit card, they got a new credit card because just the expiration date changed. And now they start getting notifications saying, oh, you're in collections now because your payments haven't been taken out. And they're like, oh, I've been paying all of this money for like 3 years for this wellness plan that I haven't been using. Like, how do you not notice $600 coming out of your account every year? If you're going to waste money, I will give you my account number gladly so that you can put that fucking money
into my account.
Please give it to me. I will gladly receive it.
Yeah.
Jackie, what's your point this week?
I read an article involving a dog.
We're all going to cry.
This elderly man has had this. He rescued a dog, same shelter. He had the dog for between 13 and 15 years. And then because the dog's getting older and not doing anything, he surrendered the dog back to the shelter. And the person wrote this article, and I was in tears because I just thought, like, I could never do that. I could never do that.
Yeah.
He was like still petting its head. Like, she's a good dog. She just doesn't chase anything anymore. She just lays around. She's not doing it because she's old.
Yeah.
There's an actual video of the guy speaking.
I didn't watch it. If there was a video, which I think there was, I didn't watch it because the article enough had me in tears. I was silently sobbing. And the person was like, the dog knew something was up. Tail between the legs, looked frightened. And I was like, what? Like, we could never do that to Finn.
No.
Just surrender him.
I mean, just imagine what that dog thinks. That dog has lived with that guy for how many years?
Like 13, 14, 15
It's
years.
always going to be looking for him.
For him.
Ultimate betrayal.
The
Always.
dog, I believe, has been readopted out to live its days with like another family. But like, your responsibility, you adopt a pet, that is your pet until the day you die or your pet dies. It is a lifelong contract.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't just surrender your dog. It's one thing if the dog is dangerous and is going to cause harm to like a child or another family member, or for whatever reason. Like, I understand that there are certain circumstances that you would probably have to surrender your pet, but at least try to rehome it.
Yeah.
Like, he surrendered. Like, that dog is so lucky. It got rescued by, I think, a non-kill shelter. I think it got surrendered and then it got transferred and then adopted out, I believe is what ended up happening.
Okay.
But you surrendered it. Like, some places are high kill shelters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That dog very well could have been euthanized. And not to say, like, we just don't know how many more years this dog has left.
Right.
It deserves a chance to live out its final days with somebody that loves it. So especially now, because Christmas is coming up, a lot of people will adopt a dog or a cat for Christmas and then realize, oh, I got a puppy because I wanted to grow up with my children, and it's a lot of hard work, and the holidays are over, so we're going to return it. If you think that's ever even going to happen, don't do it.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Don't get let your kids be disappointed they didn't get a dog. Okay? That's much easier than getting a dog and having to return it because you're not an adult enough to take care of a dog. Like, it just,
Yeah,
no.
absolutely.
It upsets me greatly.
Working
obviously.
in the veterinary business, I see this a lot. It's rather upsetting.
It's
honestly.
infuriating and very, very upsetting.
Yeah. It's upsetting to, have a client come in with a dog. It's for so long, and then all of a sudden they call and they have to cancel their wellness plan or whatever because they needed to rehome their dog for whatever reason. But yeah, it's it's very sad.
Well, my point this week has nothing to do with real life.
I hope it's a lot happier than that
Yeah,
story.
sorry. We went dark on that. I'm sorry.
It is. So I talked about the Red Dead Redemption game in a previous episode and how incredible it was. And they just released the beta of their Red Dead Online this week. It was a slow rollout. So people with like the Ultimate Edition got to start out before everybody, and then they gradually, day by day, allowed more people in. It's fantastic. It's very broken right now because it's a beta, but the reason they call it that is because it's a test. They're just making sure that everything works, which most things do, but quite a few things don't. The reason I made this my point is because I would review it, but it's not complete yet. So I'm not going to review it right now, but as a work in progress, I feel like this is going to be very, very, very huge for Rockstar Games. Grand Theft Auto 5 has been a mega moneymaker for them for the past few years. And I know that Red Dead Online is going to be the same type deal. It's just, it's vast. It's vast. You can do just about everything that you can do in the single player game. There's co-op missions. There's a free-for-all kind of battle royale like the Fortnite thing, but it's in like a Wild West town, which is super dope.
So you can build teams and have other people playing on your team with you.
Yeah, you can do that plus more things.
Okay.
You can make a posse of total of 4 people. So you and 3 other people can just ride around the wilderness together, rob shit, rob trains, rob banks, whatever. Not rob banks, but you could rob people, do all kinds of stuff. Or go hunting, do the co-op missions together. You can actually, there's a ton of other people in the open world with you, and if they're doing a mission, you can fuck their mission up with your posse. Like you can roll up to what they're doing and like kill all of them and like finish the mission for them and steal their money and all kinds of, dude, it's bananas.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. So I've enjoyed myself with it so far. They're going to add a lot more to it. They haven't released the paid for download stuff. Like there's going to be things where you can pay real money for the gold bars in the game. So most of it, from what I've seen, is all aesthetics like Fortnite, where you get like new clothes, new horses, whatever in the game. That's what you're going to end up using real money for, but it doesn't really make much of a difference from what I can tell.
Okay.
All like the weapons and stuff, like the things that actually make you good in the game, is made with in-game currency, not currency that you can actually pay for. So it's not pay to win, from what I can tell, in other words, for any gamers out there.
And you
that
won't
give a
be
shit.
paying anything, correct?
No, I don't have a reason to.
That eye roll was serious.
Yeah. I don't
It's
have
more of a side eye.
Well,
The
see,
heavy eye roll.
So check it out. I got the Ultimate Edition of the game, so I was one of the first people allowed to play the beta, which was great.
Because he's a lunatic.
But I got a whole bunch of cool shit that came with that nobody else has that's playing it that doesn't have that Ultimate Edition. So of course I'm going to use the shit that proves that I'm an Ultimate Edition owner. You know what I'm saying? You're not.
He has a title to stick up to.
Fucking A.
He's able to fish now. I was like, I thought you hate fish.
I do hate fish.
I'm
but
selling them.
You make good money in Red Dead Online.
He wanted
going fishing.
me to leave the comfort of the couch to go see him catch a fish. But here's the thing.
It's true.
Well, did you?
No.
Why?
Here's why. Because I'm really smart and lazy. And this worked to my advantage. There is a mirror hanging over the back of the bedroom door that faces out. I can see the reflection of the TV. So I said, I can see you from here.
She for real. You can.
Fish out
you
this
can.
fish and I'll be able to see it.
You can watch the TV and
but it's not the same.
It's
It
not the
is
same.
the same.
You were in a different
Because
you're in a
objects in the
different
mirror
continuum.
appear
Not
closer
time,
than
space,
they
but different
really are.
continuum.
I saw the Snapchat. It's like you're there.
Yeah. And to be honest,
I
feel
was
like,
there.
I think the camera angle doesn't really show it. Like I saw more of it in person from the couch than the Snapchat revealed.
Wow, you Snapchatted it?
I got the Snapchat.
Wow.
See?
I watched it. I wasn't even in the same house. and I
Alan
felt
should
like I
have
was
gotten
there.
it. So should have Amy.
So
So, should a
I had a-
handful of people.
I had a broader audience watching me catch this fish than I
not
even
just
You
thought
are the
watching
possible.
you.
ultimate
Exactly.
player.
I'm the ultimate player.
You're playing in front of.
They're
an
all
audience.
judging you.
I feel like I see your name on there a lot when Andrew goes on, and I think he's playing Call of Duty. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And I feel like when he goes to like his friends list that are online,
I'm there.
yeah,
Always
I
on?
always see you're there, but I don't know what you're playing.
Yeah.
I
just see that
this
your name
what
is
I've
there.
been playing.
Video games.
Playing games is what he's playing.
I don't have time for video games.
Well,
Wait till we have kids.
Yeah, I want to.
I have
That'll
3
change.
kids,
Yeah.
so I have no time.
People
for
are like,
video
why do you
games.
play? Why do you play so much? Because I have time to do it right
Because
now.
I can.
Because
Because
he's
I can.
neglecting
motherfucker.
his wife.
Oh, jeez. So that's my point for this week. Here we go with late review. I know it's a little late, but
You're just hearing about this?
Can't believe I'm just hearing.
why
about
didn't I know about this sooner? All right. My late review this week is the new Netflix holiday movie, The Christmas Chronicles.
Yes,
Allison watched this and said she loved it.
Really?
It
loved
was
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
We watched it,
Mhm.
and I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it. It's a good holiday movie. Kurt Russell is Santa Claus.
He's a badass Santa.
Oh, he's great. Very good Santa. Like I really enjoyed his portrayal of being Santa Claus.
He doesn't ho ho ho.
No, yeah, he says it's a myth. It's a myth. I don't ho ho ho.
Allison said the way they showed Santa going from house to house, delivering the presents, made it seem more realistic how he's able to do it all in one night.
Yes.
Yeah. So like
Okay.
they kind of explain. He explains how he does things. You know, he obviously uses magic, but his hat does something. The bag does something. The sleigh does something. Everything is
His
kind of
bag
explained.
reaches all the way down to the North Pole with the presents.
Yep. Yeah. So it's very, very cool, very creative, a cool modern take on a very cool Christmas story. I, however, did not enjoy the performances of both the little child actors.
I agree.
I can
think
see why.
I think that the girl was annoying as hell.
Over the top cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
And the older brother,
Yeah.
I didn't like him, and I felt like some of the parts, like their dynamic was cool, and like the story of it was cool, and the premise of them growing apart, family tragedy, and this kind of bringing them together was a cool thing.
But you felt like they were acting like they were acting.
It wasn't
Yes.
executed well by them.
Yes.
And the mom was great in the scenes that she was in. It was a believable thing.
She's a seasoned actor though. Like
the end got me a little. It was like it was good. It was a very kind of an emotional thing at the very end, which was great. But I just did not enjoy the two younger actors in it. I just didn't get into it. So I give the movie overall a soft. No, you know what? I'm going to give it a strong 6.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a strong 6. Soft 7.
okay.
Soft 7.
Like I feel like
Because-
6 is a little low.
Yeah, 6 is a little low.
I think you're gonna watch it again.
I would watch it again. I would watch it again. It's just not. It's not
Yeah.
up there with other Christmas classics. It's not like a new Christmas classic. It's not to me. It's good, but
Yeah.
it's not.
I feel like there can't be Christmas classics like there was back in the 90s,
Yeah,
80s, and 90s with Christmas Vacation and Home Alone.
I just watched Christmas Vacation today.
it's
Love
it's a
it.
classic.
Such a good movie.
It's a classic. I mean, Home Alone and things of that nature. Like you're right. You're not going to
Let's say
recreate
never because
the-
Elf's
No.
up there, and Elf just came out in 2003. So
But can you believe it was that long ago?
yes and no, because
It
it makes
was
me feel old as hell.
15 years ago. And
That's
I don't
crazy.
feel like it was that long.
No,
Yeah,
like what year is it?
like it was good, but it was
It's not a classic.
yeah. It was good.
It's something cute you can watch. It's family friendly. The whole family can watch it and enjoy it.
I feel like it's on the same level as you remember the Disney movies that weren't like Disney movies like coming out in theaters like Little Mermaid and stuff like that. It was the Disney.
Yes.
What were they called? Like Disney classic movies or something? Like the Mermaid one. Forget what it was called, but it was, the dude who was the mermaid.
Brink and motocross.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It was on that line because
the wholesome, cheesy movies, like Full House, like all those TV shows always had that underlying
acoustic guitar line.
Yes.
Yeah. But I felt like, like
message
you're watching them act. You shouldn't have to feel like they are acting.
I'm not believing you as this character. I feel like you just got the script and you're reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids just sucked.
The ending had a nice little surprise too, which we sat there, we're like, oh, who's this? Oh, we know who it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ruin it in case someone's going to watch it.
I'll have to check it out.
I recommend watching it, and I think kids would like it. Like, there's some pretty cool stuff in it.
Boys
that I
loved
think kids
it.
would
I
like.
was going to say, Allison sent a snap, and
I think kids
the
would
boys
like
were
it.
watching it.
Yeah, they loved it.
So it was entertaining. I would watch it again.
I would too.
Jackie, what's your late review?
I watched, and this is actually Allison recommended this movie. It was a Netflix original called, and I keep messing up the title, so I'm pulling it up. To All the Boys I've Loved Before. This is like a high school like rom-com, if you will.
She loves those type of movies.
I know, and she recommended Kissing Booth, and I ended up loving the shit out of that too.
Yep.
So I love this. I actually rewatched it today because when I watched it the first time, I took literally like a 10, 15-minute nap. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do a late review. Let me rewatch it. I loved it. It's basically about this girl who's 16. She's in her junior year of high school. And her whole life, anytime she's had a very strong crush or feeling about a guy, she wrote a letter and addressed it, but never stamped them. And she hides them away and keeps them in this like fabric box that her mom had given her. And then somehow all 5 guys that she's written this letter to get them.
Oh, okay.
So it's just this really cute, like little love story forming, and it's cute to see the dynamic. The only real actor that I recognized right off the bat was the guy playing her dad, which was John Corbett, which anyone knows he played Aiden in Sex and the City, who we all thought Carrie Bradshaw was going to end up with.
Mm-hmm.
But turns out the girl playing the main character has done a few other things. She was actually in X-Men Apocalypse. You would recognize her if I show you the picture. Small role, but she was in it. And I will say that the guy playing like one of the other main characters, his voice, if you close your eyes, he sounds just like Mark Ruffalo.
When I was in the other room playing video games, I thought it was Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. He sounds just like him. It's uncanny.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a strong 8.
Wow. Okay.
Because I'm an adult and I don't want to give it a 10 because I'd probably give everything 10s.
No, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you liked it. Danny, what do you got?
I actually watched 2 movies. The first movie was called Father Figures. It had some pretty big names in it. Owen Wilson, Ed Helms, who plays Andy Bernard from The Office. There was a cameo by Cat Williams. It's about
Terry Bradshaw too.
Yeah, Terry Bradshaw. It was about Owen Wilson and Ed Helm. They are brothers, they're twins, and they are on a mission to find their dad. And throughout this mission, they find out, excuse my language, but what a big whore their mom was.
Pretty much.
And
wait, who played the mom?
Shit. It was
Glenn
somebody.
Close?
Yeah.
Was it Glenn Close? No.
I'm not sure.
No.
I'll look it up. I'm going to look it up. Keep going.
So they go on this mission to find their real dad, and they've been lied to their whole life. Ed Helms is a prostate doctor, and the only reason he's a prostate doctor is because his dad apparently died from prostate cancer. Just like you guys were just talking about, the kids look like they were acting too much.
Yeah.
I felt that about this whole movie.
You really?
I actually turned the movie off halfway.
Wow.
Yeah, I could not finish it. Because that bothers the shit out of me.
Yeah.
When you see somebody that's just looks like they're acting too much.
It was Glenn Close.
Okay. So I'm giving it a 2 out of 10.
Whoa.
I did not like it.
Wow.
But then I did watch, Alice and I watched The Shape of Water. That was a wild movie.
Movie.
I can understand why it won so many awards.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Just, I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck everything was green.
Yeah, it did have like a green vibe to it. The whole movie
Everything was
did.
green.
Yeah.
Even the Jello mold that he painted was supposed to be green.
Yeah.
But it was just a great movie. I'm gonna give it a solid 7.
Wow.
Solid 7.
Yeah. It's like a modern take on Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
It's just like a different retelling of that kind of scenario. Very interesting. The main character, the girl, she did a great job.
She killed it doing
And
that part.
Michael Shannon was really good in it as well as like the bad guy. It was wild. It was graphic.
Yeah.
It was more graphic than I was expecting when I saw it. I wasn't expecting how much blood was in it, and also how brutal and sexually explicit.
I was kind of let down by the sex scene that everybody hyped up. I kept saying over to Allison, I was like, I hope there's a different sex scene because I've been waiting for that all night. And it was a complete letdown.
I think it's just the fact that they had sex.
Yeah. So
Spoiler alert, they bang.
I actually I went back and rewatched it a second time because I missed the first like 13 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good movie.
Good.
That was a really good movie.
So instead of pretending that Kev's actually here tonight and doing This Week in History like we did a few weeks ago, we're just not going to do it.
Let's put Katie on the spot. Katie, This Week in History. Just kidding.
Please no.
All right, only because you said please.
All right, real quick before we go, we trash Kev. I trash Kev the most. I want to take a second and go around the table, and everybody says one nice thing about co-host Kev.
Oh God.
I'll start. No, I won't. Jackie, you go first.
Okay. He's a great father.
He's a great dad. He is. Katie?
This is really difficult for me. And honestly, it's nothing against Kevin. I just haven't, I've seen him a handful of times over the past couple years. So he's married to Amy, and that's really nice.
That is really nice.
So I'm going to stick with that one.
He got himself a good wife.
I think he's just fucking handsome.
He's a handsome devil.
No, I think he's a great father. He's an awesome friend. I've known Kev a very long time. And he brings a lot to the show. I mean, he brings a lot of good content to the show. I mean,
he does. One way or the other,
Yeah.
he does. Even if that means him not doing anything. So I've known Kev a long, long time, and I've known a lot of other people a long, long time, but I talk to Kev obviously every week. I love having Kev in my life. I think that he's a great dude, true blue friend. Like he'll do anything for you, except for prepare for a podcast.
No, it's not true. He did come a little. He was. I don't know. I feel like he contributed a lot when he was. What was the show? Might Be Sports.
He was on
Might Be Bruised
last
Might
week.
Be Bruised.
Yeah, he was on Might Be Bruised last week.
He's
He was
killing
actually
it.
good on it.
That
yeah.
picture that you posted, though, his face looks so angry.
Yeah,
I was looking at everybody, and I was like, why is he so salty?
That's resting bitch face.
Yeah, it's resting Kev face.
It's not resting
wait,
bitch
I
face
just-
when you're
I
a
wanna say
parent.
for the
That's just your
record, too,
resting face.
If you look real closely, I'm in the background on the couch.
Yeah.
I want some photo cred.
But in all seriousness, co-host Kev and I started this whole thing together as a test, just to see if we wanted to do it, if people would listen. And at first, it was miserable, as we've said before. But shout out to Kev for getting 45Hundo last week with us.
for sticking with it.
Big deal. 45Hundo. Yeah. Last week or
Hundo.
last month. So he's a part of that. And he's not here right now. So we'll give him a little second to shine.
And that is over.
And it's over. So Kevin can go fuck himself. Check
The
out.
Pleasance trees are over.
Yeah, he probably didn't even make it this far.
Yeah.
His attention span isn't
Listen,
an hour long.
We're not saying anything to him about us giving him these compliments.
Let's not.
We're going to wait to see if he says something to us.
Yeah, let's find out. Because he calls me when I make fun of him. So we'll see if he calls me when.
Episode.
We'll see if he calls me when I kiss his ass. Son of a bitch. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hey, everybody here, great job.
Thank you.
Katie, thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
And you're going to be on Relatable Radio tomorrow
So excited.
Whoop, whoop.
with Jackie, Amy, and Allison.
For the record, they stole our guest. We asked her to be on our show first.
It's true. It's true. This just
This
turned
season.
into
This season.
This just turned into Katie Week on the Might Be News Network.
Yeah.
We had her on our network first.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
True.
Yeah, in season 3. And that wasn't even the network yet, so shut up, Danny. You don't even know what you're
honored.
talking about.
Sorry.
I am a very technical person. I will win.
Bye.
I was his friend first.
Everybody have a great week. Peace out, Jackie.
Bye.
Peace out, Danny.
Peace out.
Peace out, Katie.
Bye.
All right, guys. Have a great week. Thanks for listening.